Desert Knowledge is a movement that seeks to celebrate ways of living in the desert and looks to tomorrow to make sure that in the future people can live here sustainably and harmoniously.
So I've been here for nearly 25 years. It's home to me, and I've got a great interest in desert knowledge because it's going to drive what happens to our town in the future, and that's a big concern.
I was really attracted to the desert culture and the ecology of the desert, and being fairly new to me as a concept and an understanding of land and culture, it gave me an opportunity to look further through professional opportunities into some of those concepts and cultures.
I suspect that most people live here for, lots of people that come to the desert come here for those sorts of reasons. They come here for the reasons of science. They come here for the reasons of art, for health. In many instances to work with Indigenous folk, but not always, just to celebrate this stunning landscape.
Well, originally I have a huge passion for the desert, so I came here for those reasons, and I was very attracted to the job. When I first came here, I'd have to say I'm not sure I initially had a vision, because I needed to learn a lot from the people who've been part of this movement from the very start.
I think knowledge is something that everyone can bring to the table, whether you're rich or poor or highly educated or not well educated. Everyone can bring it. So it's some common ground where all groups of people can come together, and I think we're seeing that in many aspects of what Desert Knowledge is doing, particularly with Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal groups.
It's about that there are issues and problems and opportunities in living in the desert, both in terms of the cross-cultural nature of the desert, in terms of the remoteness, the isolation, the arid lands, and how that the outback or the desert is really a mythology of people who live on the coast, but there's a reality here, and it's a very vibrant reality. And in a sense, what the Desert Knowledge CRC is actually trying to capture and build on the vibrancy, the creativity, and the reality that is the desert and the knowledge that comes from within it.
Mm. And that's what I want for my grandchildren. I want them to have their identity and have pride in that, because their origins are proud Australian Aborigines. But to be able to cope in a fast-changing world, they need to know and access the knowledge that is even beyond Australia.